We are drawn to the darkness. It calls to us, beckoning with an allure that is both terrifying and irresistible. It whispers to something primal within us, awakening ancient fears and desires that lie dormant in the recesses of our minds. There is a fascination with the unknown, the forbidden, that compels us to explore the shadows, to seek out what lies hidden in the dark corners of our world. Dark horror mysteries tap into this fascination, taking us on a journey into the abyss of our deepest fears. They lead us down paths we would never dare to tread in the light of day. These stories are not for the faint of heart. They challenge our courage, pushing us to confront the terrifying unknown. They are a descent into the darkest corners of the human psyche, where fear reigns supreme, and the line between reality and nightmare blurs. In these tales, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the mundane transforms into the macabre. What is it about these tales of terror that captivates us? Is it the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of stepping into a world where anything can happen? Perhaps it is the adrenaline rush, the quickening pulse as we follow the protagonist deeper into the mystery. The suspense builds, our hearts race, and we are drawn ever closer to the edge of our seats. Or maybe it is the thrill of confronting our own mortality, of facing the darkness that lurks within us all. These stories force us to acknowledge the fragility of life and the inevitability of death. Whatever the reason, dark horror mysteries hold an undeniable power over us. They captivate our imaginations and haunt our dreams, leaving an indelible mark on our souls. They force us to confront the uncomfortable truth that the world is not always a safe and predictable place. There are dangers lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce when we least expect it. There are shadows lurking just beyond our perception, secrets hidden in plain sight, and monsters that wear familiar faces. These stories remind us that evil can be found in the most unexpected places. In the realm of dark horror, the line between good and evil is often blurred, leaving us questioning our own moral compass. We are forced to confront the complexities of human nature and the darkness that resides within us all. But these stories offer more than just cheap thrills. They delve deep into the human condition, exploring the fears, desires, and motivations that drive us. At their core, they explore the human condition, delving into the depths of our fears, desires, and motivations. They reveal the hidden aspects of our psyche, the parts of ourselves that we often try to ignore or suppress. They hold a mirror up to society, revealing its flaws and hypocrisies. Through the lens of horror, we see the world in a new light, one that is often more truthful and unflinching. And in doing so, they challenge us to confront the darkness within ourselves and the world around us. They push us to question our beliefs, our values, and our understanding of what it means to be human. In the end, these stories are not just about fear, but about the journey to understand and overcome it. Creating a truly terrifying dark horror mystery is an art form. It's a delicate dance between the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. The writer must weave a tapestry of fear, threading each scene with tension and dread. It requires a delicate balance of suspense, atmosphere, and psychological tension. The environment must be crafted with care, each element contributing to the overall sense of unease. The setting itself becomes a character, a claustrophobic labyrinth from which there is no escape. Every shadow, every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of light adds to the growing sense of dread. It could be a crumbling Victorian mansion with secrets hidden behind every locked door, where the past lingers in every dusty corner, whispering its dark tales to those who dare to listen. A desolate town cut off from civilization, where the silence is deafening and the isolation suffocating, can serve as the perfect backdrop for horror, or a seemingly ordinary home transformed into a nightmare where the familiar becomes the unfamiliar and safety is but an illusion. The characters are often deeply flawed individuals haunted by past traumas or driven by hidden desires. Their inner demons are as terrifying as the external ones they face. Their vulnerabilities make them relatable, even as their choices lead them down a path of destruction. We see ourselves in their fears, their mistakes, and their desperate attempts to escape the inevitable. And then there are the villains, the embodiments of our deepest fears, whether they be human monsters or something altogether more sinister. They lurk in the shadows, waiting to pounce, their presence felt even when unseen. Plot twists are essential to maintain suspense and keep the audience guessing. Each twist and turn must be carefully planned, leading the audience deeper into the web of mystery. Red herrings and unexpected revelations challenge our perceptions and leave us questioning everything we thought we knew. They keep us on the edge of our seats, our minds racing to piece together the puzzle. The best horror mysteries often leave us with more questions than answers, forcing us to confront the unsettling reality that some things are best left unexplained. The unknown is a powerful tool, one that can haunt us long after the story has ended. The use of symbolism and foreshadowing adds depth and meaning to the narrative. Each symbol, each hint, is a piece of the larger puzzle, guiding us through the darkness. Every detail, from a flickering candle to a blood-red moon, can serve as a clue, leading us closer to the truth or further into the labyrinth of the unknown. These elements are not just background, they are integral to the story, each one a thread in the intricate web of horror. But the most effective dark horror mysteries leave much to the imagination. The fear of the unknown, the terror of what might be lurking just out of sight, is far more powerful than anything that can be shown on screen or described on the page. The unseen terror is often far more terrifying than anything that can be shown on screen or described on the page. It is the fear that lingers in the back of our minds, the shadow that follows us even in the safety of our own homes. It is the nightmare that we cannot wake from, the darkness that we cannot escape. The world of dark horror mysteries has been shaped by visionary writers and filmmakers who have dared to explore the darkest corners of the human experience. These creators have delved into the depths of fear, crafting stories that chill us to the bone and leave us questioning the very nature of reality. Edgar Allan Poe, the master of the macabre, set the standard with his tales of madness, murder, and the supernatural. His works are a testament to the power of the written word to evoke terror and unease. His stories, like The Telltale Heart and The Fall of the House of Usher, continue to haunt readers centuries later. Poe's ability to tap into the darkest aspects of the human psyche has made his work timeless, resonating with each new generation of readers. H.P. Lovecraft introduced us to cosmic horror, a genre that emphasizes the insignificance of humanity in the face of vast, unknowable cosmic entities. Lovecraft's universe is one where ancient gods and eldritch beings lurk just beyond the veil of our understanding. His stories, like The Call of Cthulhu and The Shadow over Innsmouth, evoke a sense of dread and existential terror that lingers long after the final page is turned. Lovecraft's influence can be seen in countless works of fiction, from literature to film and beyond. In the realm of cinema, Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense, redefined the genre with his psychological thrillers. Hitchcock's films are a masterclass in building tension and suspense, often leaving audiences on the edge of their seats. Films like Psycho and The Birds tapped into our deepest fears, leaving audiences terrified of showers, birds, and even their own mothers. Hitchcock's ability to manipulate the audience's emotions and expectations has cemented his legacy as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. More recently, filmmakers like John Carpenter, Halloween, Wes Craven, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and David Cronenberg, The Fly, have pushed the boundaries of horror, exploring themes of violence, sexuality, and body horror. These modern masters have continued to innovate and expand the genre, ensuring that horror remains a vital and evolving form of storytelling. From the written word to the silver screen, the masters of the macabre have left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. Their works remind us that fear is a powerful emotion, one that can be both terrifying and exhilarating. As long as there are dark corners of the human experience to explore, there will always be storytellers ready to lead us into the shadows. So, the next time you find yourself alone in the dark, remember the masters of the macabre and the chilling tales they've spun. And perhaps take a moment to appreciate the thrill of being scared. Dark horror mysteries don't just scare us, they also make us think deeply. They tap into our deepest anxieties, forcing us to confront our own mortality and the fragility of our existence. The fear of the unknown is a primal instinct hardwired into our DNA. It is the fear of the dark, the fear of the predator lurking in the shadows, the fear of the things we cannot see or understand. These stories exploit this fear, using suspense, atmosphere, and jump scares to trigger our fight or flight response. But they also go deeper, exploring the psychological effects of trauma, isolation, and grief. They show us how easily the human mind can be broken, how quickly sanity can unravel in the face of unimaginable horror. The themes explored in dark horror mysteries often reflect real-world anxieties. Stories about viral outbreaks tap into our fear of pandemics, while tales of technology gone awry reflect our unease with the increasing role of technology in our lives. By confronting these fears in a safe, fictional setting, we can begin to process them and perhaps even find ways to cope with them in real life.